You won't believe this. In this video, a baby learns to disagree appropriately. I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach self-government, which is a type of parenting and communication that's based on the principle of self-government. And in this video, we are going to be seeing my grandbaby, Clara, who is only 14 months old, disagreeing appropriately. We're going to take a look at this video from my granddaughter Clara, who's 14 months old, and we are going to see what we can learn about teaching babies self-government. Many people think that you can't teach a child the skills and principles of self-government until they are older. However, my daughter Paige has proven that wrong with her little daughter Clara.
Can we show people how we disagree appropriately? Because sometimes we talk in a way that we don't want to, huh? Because you want mommy to know something. But what does mommy say? Mommy says, we don't talk like that.
Mama.
Yes, honey? Yeah. There's a song playing, huh?
What?
Yeah. Good job, honey.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay, should we do it one more time? Say, we don't talk like that.
Mama.
Yes, honey.
All right, did you see in that video how Paige has trained her daughter Clara at 14 months old to have this cue phrase? And you need to know this has been going on for a long time. So Paige taught her daughter at 3 months old how to be calm and take calm breaths when she was starting to get not calm and get excited and whining and crying. In fact, there's a whole other video on that, so be sure to see that video because it's pretty amazing. I actually never taught my children these things this young. I mean, I was teaching them the words, but I never thought of teaching them the cue phrase so that they would get in the habit of not going out of control and not whining. But of course, Paige, who was raised with all of the skills and principles of self-government, decided that why not start using them right now with her daughter Clara. When her daughter was even younger than 1 year old, she started this process. So now we're going to see that not only does Clara know that when she says, we don't talk like that, that Clara says, Mama. Now we're going to see when Clara's actually upset about something. So Paige does a couple of things to kind of purposely upset Clara. So Clara's tired anyway. You see her in pajamas. She's like getting ready for bed. She's tired. So we've got her kind of on her last legs of patience. And now Paige is going to take away one of Clara's little favorite toys, which is this paint set. And she's going to ask Clara to give it to her. Clara isn't going to want to, and you're going to see them play with this paint set back and forth as Clara practices the skill of not being upset. So she practices saying, Mama, as soon as her mom says, we don't talk that way. So Clara will start whining, and then she says, we don't talk that way. And Clara says, Mama. But then the key thing is what Paige does after that. Take a look.
Clara, I'm going to need that, please. Thank you. Clara, we don't talk like that. We don't talk like that.
Mama.
Yes, honey. Would you like your paints? Would you like your paints? Okay, say please. Good job, honey. Yeah, you did so good at saying please. Yeah, good job.
So you can see Paige has taken the paint box away from Clara. Clara did decide to whine at the very beginning. In fact, you can tell she's tired. She didn't want that no answer. But then we see her realize, oh yeah, there's a better way for me to communicate. And her mom reminds her, we don't talk like that. And then she says, Mama. But then the beautiful thing is we see that she says, yes, baby, or yes, Clara. And she definitely addresses her when she talks that way. So when she whines, the only thing she says is, we don't talk like that. But when she says mama, then she talks to her and tries to meet her needs. This teaches Clara that whining is not the way to communicate. That's not the way to solve your problems. That you need to talk about it. So even though her vocabulary is very limited, in fact, most of it is in sign language at this point in this video, she actually is still able to communicate with her mother. Now, sometimes she points and kind of because that's all she knows how to do, but she's not doing it in a crying way. So she knows the difference between a calm voice, face, and body and not. So we're going to see what happens next, but before we do, is this interesting to you? I would love to hear in the comments what you think about the fact that a 14-month-old can do this, because you're seeing it. It's just a live video that she took in her home. You can see how authentic it is. She whines a little bit, but then she knows not to do that. What are your thoughts about that? Did you think it was possible? Now let's see what happens.
Yes, honey. Please what? Please paints. Oh, please open. Okay, what do we say? Good job.
So you see Paige is testing her again and again. Now, she doesn't usually do this, but for the sake of the video, she wanted to show that even when Clara is upset, Clara knows that she needs to communicate with her mom in a certain way to get her mom's attention and to make sure that her mom will talk to her and meet her needs. So Clara is learning to be vocal, to communicate. She says her please and her thank you. You also see how much she loves like a $1.99 paint set. It was this random gift that she got for Christmas that she just fell in love with. I mean, she's got all these fancy things, but that's her favorite because it has the stick and the brush. Aren't little ones just like that all the time? So what is Paige doing? She's doing something that is super smart. In fact, she's recognizing, okay, well, people learn through repetition. They learn through cue phrases. If you can give a child a cue phrase like, hey, use disagree appropriately, then you can certainly give a cue phrase to a child that's something like, we don't talk like that. And then she knows exactly what to do next. So she has given Clara a skill. It's very basic. Normally, to disagree appropriately, you look at the person, you keep a calm face, voice, and body, and then you say, may I disagree appropriately? That's essentially what Clara's doing. She's looking at her mom, getting calm and saying, Mama. That is the first step to disagreeing appropriately. Now, normally you would say, may I disagree appropriately? Your mom would say yes. So Paige says, yes, baby, or yes, Clara. And then Clara points to something that she wants or needs. Now, in a normal disagree appropriately interaction, the person would say, Mom, I know you don't want me to have my paint set, but I would really like to still use it, please. And so they share the other person's point of view and then their point of view. And then they listen to what the mom has to say okay, and drop the subject. So that's how you do an entire disagree appropriately. Clara's prefrontal cortex is very tiny because she is still a baby. So she can't form all the words of a disagree appropriately. She can say mama, which is her way of saying, may I disagree appropriately? And then her mother acknowledges her. Yes, you may. And then she points to something or says please to something. And then her mom says, oh, would you like this? Yes. And then she'll give it to her to show her that it works. Or sometimes she teaches her how to accept a no answer and says, no, we can't do that right now. Clara has also learned how to accept a no answer. She's learned how to be okay when something is a no. She will disagree appropriately sometimes, but usually she will just be okay. Now, I want to tell you something really amazing about this skill, disagree appropriately with Clara. So what you saw in that video was Paige prompting Clara to disagree appropriately when she was whining. But what you didn't see, in fact, I wish I had a video of it, is this amazing thing where Clara will start to whine. She'll say, Mama. She'll analyze herself as she's starting to whine and recognize that's not the way to communicate. She will stop herself and then say, Mama, and start her disagree appropriately. She does it without even being prompted by her mother on many occasions. Now, sometimes mom still has to use the cue phrase, which is, "We don't talk like that." And then Clara will go into action and do her side of a disagree appropriately. But it's amazing. It's self-government in a baby. And if you think this is amazing, you're going to want to watch the next video, which is all about Clara learning to be calm. Remember, I said she started teaching her how to be calm when she was 3 months old? Well, let's see what she did. The name of the next video that you're going to want to watch is Unbelievable, Teaching a Baby to Calm Down. Click on the link to that video now. I'll see you there.